Hello everyone, I'm Uberswe and this will be a quick guide on how to create a car using the Trackwork mod together with the Clockwork mod and Valkyrien Skies. If you'd like to use my mod pack, I will link to it in the description below. Now, to create a vehicle like this one, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a platform that is 3 in width and 7 in length. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just like that. And we're just going to go ahead and fill this out like so. Then to make this a physics object, you're going to want to head over to your VS Clockwork tab, and you want to grab the physics infuser along with a wander wand, and these two are going to let you turn this into a physics object. So we just place the physics infuser on top of the object, just like so, and then we're going to mark the area here by selecting one side here, and then right-clicking on the other side here. And now you'll see that there's like an outline, and just ignore that it goes all over the place. It's a little bit buggy, I guess, but yeah, you can see that I've selected this area now. Sometimes you have to do this a few times if it, is a little bit wonky, but hopefully this will work. And then you can just right-click on this box here to kind of put the wand inside of here, and you'll start seeing this cube fly up out of the object, just like this. And now we're done, and our wand also flew up there, so we can go ahead and grab our wand, and now you can actually delete this block because we don't actually need it anymore. Now for the next step, we're going to need some tracks and also some wheels. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this small sprocket here, and we're also going to get this suspension track as well as a simple wheel. And this is what's going to be like driving our vehicle here. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is just put the sprocket track here. And also, let's see, we want one here, I think. And then we want to connect them just like so. And these blocks are actually here, but they're invisible. So if you want to remove this, you have to actually click above it here. And yeah, make sure you place it. It's a little bit tricky, but once you get a hang of it, it will be very logical to do. And we're going to do the same thing here on the other side, just 2 sprockets here, and then the suspension track, just like this. And now we have the beginnings of our vehicle. And here on the front, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the andesite casing here by middle mouse button clicking, and we're going to put 2 of them up, just like so. And then we're going to place our wheels on top of that, because the wheels sit a little bit higher, and you can actually remove this once you've placed them. You can see the wheel box is actually right here, but yeah, it sits a little bit lower than the track. So I placed it like this, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side, just like so. And we can remove that. And there we go. Now we have the wheels and the tracks on our vehicle. Next, we're going to grab some create mod items that you might recognize. So we'll have a clutch, we'll have a large cogwheel, encased chain drive, creative motor, and a gear shift. Now, I'm not going to power this using survival methods. I think you can do that, but I'm stuck in creative with this mod, so that's what I'm going to show you guys. And in addition to these, we also want to create connected stuff. So this is something that makes it easier to build like vehicles and stuff. It has a bunch of extra parts that just save space, I would say. So here we can have an inverted clutch as well, which is really useful for building a vehicle. So these are the parts I'm going to be using. And if you just follow along here, we're going to put 2 clutches here. And the reason we have clutches is because this is where we're going to be powering our tracks. So we need a clutch here and a clutch here to stop our tracks from spinning when we're turning. And this is going to allow us to turn a little bit quicker. We can basically turn on a dime. And then here in the middle, we want rotational power. So we're going to put a large cog right there, and then another large cog, just like so. Next, I'm going to take the gear shift that we have, and I'm going to put it right here. This gear shift is going to be useful because it will allow us to switch the rotation to go both backwards and forwards with our vehicle. And then I'm going to use an encased chain drive just to move our axis of rotation, I guess, for the shaft here to the center. So I don't want everything on the left side of the vehicle. So I'm just moving it over to the middle here. And then we're going to go ahead and put our inverted clutch here. And the reason why we want an inverted clutch right here is because we want to turn on our rotation when we give this power. A regular clutch will turn off power when given a redstone signal, and this one is going to turn on like the rotational power when given a redstone signal. So we want that here. And then finally, we're going to have our cradle motor right here. If you're testing stuff, you can keep this at like 16 RPM, or you can set it to 256 if you want to go maximum speed, which is what I had in the vehicle as I showcased it. We'll set it to 32 now, just for testing purposes, and continue with the build. Now to control our vehicle, we're going to go ahead and put some redstone links down. And for this inverted clutch here, we want this to activate when we're going forwards or backwards. So I'm going to put some redstone dust right here. And then we're going to place a redstone link right here and another redstone link here. And backwards is going to be the black wool for the signal, and forwards is going to be the white wool. And we have to change these redstone links to be receivers. And you do that with right-clicking with a wrench. Now, when we're going backwards, we want the gear shift here to reverse our rotation. So we'll set this to receiver mode and also change it to black wool, just like so. Then when we're turning right, we want this side to activate. So we'll have red wool here for our right turns. And then on the opposite side here, we're going to be using yellow wool for turning left. Now for our front wheels here, we want these to turn whenever a signal is given. And we basically have to input redstone signal into this invisible block that's right here. So we could put our redstone links just like so, but it looks a little bit weird. So I'm going to be placing mine down like this. And then we change those to be receiver mode. And now we have to match here. So you can see red is right, yellow is left. So we'll do red and red here, and yellow, yellow here. And now these should match with the turning. And now we can go ahead and take our link controller and connect these. So just right click on a redstone link like this. And now you can see bind mode has been active, and you can press WSAD space or left shift to bind the frequency. So this is our red wool, which means we want to turn right. So we're going to be pressing D. And then we do the same thing on the left side. And here we're going to be pressing A. And then for our backwards, we're going to be pressing S here. And then for forwards, we're going to be pressing W, just like so. Now, the final thing we need is a seat. And the Clockwork mod, VS Clockwork, that you can find here, does have a command seat. I'm not really sure exactly what the inputs do on this, because you can see it has like shafts that can go in here. It doesn't really seem to do anything as far as I can tell. But if anyone knows what that does, please do let me know in the comments down below. But we're going to be putting this seat just right here in the middle, as that is kind of a central point where we want to sit in our vehicle. And this is pretty much it. This is all you need to drive your vehicle. And we can now sit down in our seat here, and we right click with our link controller to activate it. And we should be able to press W to go forward, and it's not really going forward. And it's all wrong. Okay, so to fix this issue, we'll press shift to get out of our seat, and we'll just reverse the rotation here to make sure that it's correct. And now we can use our link controller. W should make our vehicle go forward. As you can see, it is in fact going forward. Oh, and this is also controlling our other vehicle, which is kind of awkward there. So make sure you don't mix up your signals, or otherwise this will happen. But yeah, W is going forward, and S is going backwards here. And you can also see that if I press D, then our wheels are turning, and A, the wheels are turning the opposite way. So everything is working. We can turn right, and we can turn left, and you know, everything is connected here as expected. Now, this vehicle is going really slow, which is good for testing purposes, but we want this to go a little bit faster. So to fix that, we can turn up our RPM here, and we can just set it to 256, and that will make for a little bit more of an exciting ride. So I'm holding my Link controller, and we're driving this thing again. So now you can see we can do a little donut here, peeling out a bit, and we can also just drive this around wherever we like to go. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this short video on how to make a Trackwork vehicle. And yeah, let me know if there's anything else you would like to see in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.